Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Gabby. So if you're new here, I've usually been talking about diet advice, health advice, things like that. My past, I think, like 2 or 3 videos. So I wanted to kind of break it up a little bit because I also want my channel to be more like commentary and informative, and I'm not the most entertaining person, so I'm trying to kind of bring my personality out more, get more comfortable on camera. So this seemed like a good way to do it, would to be make more of like a laid back video. This is really basically gonna be mostly unedited. I'm not really gonna be fixing things up. If anything, I'll add pictures and text here and there. But so besides that, I also chose this topic because it's been brought to my attention that I am apparently a try-hard. I'm trying so hard to be a health and fitness influencer, which I didn't know that. I personally would never associate myself with a health and fitness influencers because I'll tell you why in this video. I just think most of them are terrible. But besides that, I have been kind of like pulled into their bubble before with the whole their glam, the way that they look, the things that they show off, the toxic positivity. It's always toxic positivity, way too much. And product placement, like they just have product everywhere. They don't even sell you actual information or tell you actual information. They just sell you a product instead. So this video is basically going to be me saying everything that I think is wrong with the health and fitness influencers that most people look up to, and I'm going to be calling out some of my favorites. So let's get into it. So first, I'm going to start talking a little bit about the things that I think are bad and give you kind of people that are examples, like common known examples of what exactly I mean by that. So the fitness industry honestly has a lot of scammers. Brittany Dawn is the perfect example of a scammer. If you don't know who Brittany Dawn is, where have you been? That was like the biggest, like, the biggest scandal of the fitness industry. She had about 5,000 women in this Facebook group all claiming to not get programs, custom programs, that they paid somewhere between $200 and $400 for. And Brittany blocked them on her Instagram. She blocked them. Don't want to hear it. So besides that, when she finally did get caught and people did start calling her out where she couldn't really block it, like on their own platforms, she kind of just like cried about it and claimed to take responsibility. But you know what happened? People didn't get their program. They didn't get their diet plan. They also didn't get a refund. If you wanted a refund, you could get between 25 and 50% if you sign an NDA. If you don't know what that is, that's basically just you saying that you won't snitch on Brittany. Girl, too late. Everyone's already known what you've done. But, like, besides that, like, scamming, that has a lot to do with lying. Great liar that I think is Madeline Georgetta. She always sold the idea that you could look like her if you just bought her workout program. No, like, I'll tell you right now, I have wider set hips. If you do the workout that I do, you probably still won't look like me. If you eat exactly how I do, you're probably still not gonna look like me. If you don't have similar bone structure. Madeline Georgetta has very wide set hips. Very wide set hips. And she has a small waist and small thighs because she is a smaller person. It's the hips that just pop out and give her that thigh gap and that hourglass shape that really caught people's attention. You can't buy her program and just look like that. Like, it's not gonna work. You need something that'll work for your body type, for your bone structure, for if you put on muscle easy, if you lose fat easy. That's just different body types. There's tons of videos on YouTube about that, and I probably will never get around to making one because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot about the endomorph, mesomorph, all that, because newsflash, I was a nutrition student. I don't know that. We didn't talk about that. But worst of all, besides the scammers and the liars, we have literal killers. Literal killers. Tess Holliday is a prime example of that. Cover of Cosmopolitan. I think she's been featured in Vogue. She's also has features in other magazines, but one of her features claims that she is strong, fit, and 300 pounds. Yeah. If you know anything about anything of your body, you know about visceral fat, the fat surrounding your organs, which increases with your body weight. The fact that you put 1.5 times of your weight on your knee joints when you do things like walk, or up to 3 times when you're doing things like going up the stairs and running, that's a lot of weight on your joints. A lot, especially if you're like 300 pounds. 1.5 times of your body weight at 300 pounds, you're putting 450 pounds of weight on your joints. That's not healthy. She claims that she's healthy because her blood work comes back clean. Do you know anybody that got fat and immediately got diabetes or immediately died of a heart attack? No, I don't either. The people that I know, like my father who passed away from a heart attack, he was obese and an alcoholic for years. Like, his body didn't just magically rapidly deteriorate, and I'm sure Tess is feeling some of the things that a lot of other obese people feel, which is why she started working out with a personal trainer. But she's not going to tell you that, because then the money stops. Suspicious. But besides all of these people that just kind of don't really know what they're talking about, they're not the most educated, and they're focused rather than on making quality content, they focus on what's the best way to get money. Do I hold this product that I don't take? Do I take this angle of a picture? Booty shots? Madeline, I mean you. That's the only reason you got famous. Or, get this. Do you just like promote something and sell it and then not give it to them? Because then you get to keep the profit. What? Like, that's what ruins the name of an influencer. That's what's wrong with influencers. I would never associate, because the influencers that I look at aren't really big influencers. The biggest person, or I'm sorry, not the biggest person, the person with the biggest following that I would consider one of my favorite influencers would be Obese to Beast. So he's like 700K, somewhere around there on YouTube, and he knows what he's talking about because he himself was obese, and he came up with the common sense diet, which he said, hey, I know that soda's not healthy. I know that fast food's not healthy. I know that things like chips aren't healthy. Why don't I just stop eating them and see if I lose weight? And guess what happened? He lost weight. He then educated himself further to get a nutritional diet to fuel himself. And on top of that, he started working out in order to use his body and to use the fuel that he's giving it. So definitely go check him out. He's one of my favorites. If you're looking for an influencer, go look for someone who's real, someone who is actually positive without being toxically positive. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, Brittany, okay? Especially if you got caught scamming people and then you're gonna show off your trip to Hawaii? Girl. Another person that I would consider as a good influencer, I love her so much. She shouted me out on her story, actually, because I gave her a shout out in my last video, so go check that out. And also check out her videos. Michelle McDaniel, she reviews all of the people that I just talked about. I believe Obese to Beast also talks about all 3 of them. But Michelle herself she was obese, and she worked as a personal trainer. So she got the education, she got fit, she worked on herself, and now she helps others. So I would say she can be a little harsh, but she's never abrasive. Like, it's only harsh because you don't want to hear the harsh truth. But that's what it is, the truth. It's not good to treat your body that way. So she points out just like a lot of things that are wrong with the mentality behind this movement and things that fitness influencers do wrong. She's got like a lot of content, all kinds of different things. She's really into cosplay. She also really likes TLC, 90 Day Fiancé, so go check out her videos on that because they're super entertaining. Specifically the ones where she's dressed in cosplay. And my last fitness influencer that I would say is a good influencer would be Stephanie Buttermore. So I don't think she was ever obese, but she was very underweight. She was, I think, a bikini competitor. So if you don't know what that is, she was training for a bikini show where she put on as much muscle and had as little body fat as possible to show all of the muscle on her body. seems like a pretty basic idea, but when you think about it, that's not healthy for a woman and for her reproductive hormones, for her reproductive balance of her uterus and all. She needs that protective layer of fat that we all have. So if you're low body fat, you don't have it. You don't have enough fat for the hormones to be producing properly from your brain and from your organs like they're supposed to. So she kind of eventually caught on to her mistake. She was like, wow, this really isn't healthy. I don't feel good. I should not be promoting this and my 10,000 calorie cheat days to my viewers. And she has a pretty big audience. I'll put her channel somewhere up here or here so you guys could see just how many people are watching her videos. And she realized her mistake, she admitted to it, and went on a whole over a year's journey to fix her weight, to fix her hunger cues. Her leptin and ghrelin hormones were not functioning properly, hence the 10,000 calorie cheat days. That's a lot of food, a lot of food. That's most people 4 days worth of food. And then she also just knew that she was always hungry, and that's not good. Her body was not sending the proper cues that it needed to because her low body fat had messed up all of her hormones. She realized that, admitted to it, and even though she was uncomfortable gaining weight and at some point even being considered overweight, she still did it for the benefit of herself and her audience because she knew that it was the right thing to do, was to fix her mistake. And she did it, and I honestly think that she looks great. Even when she was bigger, she has like a lot more curves now. She seems, I think, more confident in the booty and the glutes. She seems to be showing off a lot more, which she used to really just focus on abs and her arms. That's kind of like, she would flex them all the time. You'd see them all over her channel, but now she seems confident with her entire body. She likes to show it all. And that's something that I find very admirable because it's hard enough to admit your mistakes, but it's even harder to put them on the internet and to put pictures along with it and everything, to open yourself to all of this ridicule. So that's kind of just my spiel. Bad versus good influencers, and why I would never be a health or fitness influencer, because I don't like the idea because of how the people like Brittany Dawn and Madeline Georgetta just kind of ruined it for everyone else. If anything, I would be more of like just lifestyle. Like I said in my past videos, I would like to talk about hobbies, mental health, business, all kinds of things, not just health and fitness and eat this and do this workout, because that's repetitive. It's all over YouTube and Instagram and everything already. And even though most of the advice, a lot of it, you'll be surprised, isn't actual good advice, it's still there. Like, what makes my videos any different? Who's gonna believe that I actually know what I'm talking about? It's just the internet. Nothing's really real on here. But yeah. So again, I don't know if I apologized earlier. I'll apologize again. Sorry for the haphazard content. I'm still just trying to figure out scheduling and trying to kind of learn how the algorithm works. So if you want to help me with the algorithm, definitely subscribe, like and comment, and go watch my previous videos. So I'm going to leave you guys with this question. Do you think that anyone on the good influencer side should be moved to the bad? Do you have anyone that should be moved from bad to good? And who would you add to these lists? And why would you add them? So, yeah. Bye, guys.